Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back with number 2 of the rubbernecker.com African American stamps, and this one is called Angie. So let's get started so I can show you how I made it. Okay everybody, I'm going to bring up my supplies. Okay, for the base of my card measures 5.5 by 8.5, and then I scored it at 4.25. Let me straighten it out a little bit. Okay. And then what I did was I took some silver ink and I inked my edges. So now let's add the base of the card. I'm sorry, the top layer of the card. And the top layer of my card measures 5.125 by 4.125. And I took my Sizzix folder and ran it through my Cuttlebug. And this one is called Flowers and Leaves. And then once I ran it through the Cuttlebug, I then took the same silver ink and just ran it lightly across the embossed raised image. So let's go ahead and add this to the card with using my ATG gun. So we'll go ahead and put some tape on the edges, and then we'll put some tape down in the middle. And then I've got my card open, so then I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down. And I've got it positioned where I want it. And then I'm just going to go across and rub my finger on my edges, and then just down in the middle there. And I got some of the ink on my fingers, but that's okay. Okay, so now for my image, and actually I'm gonna have to take this up, and hopefully with me rubbing it on the edges the way I did, I'll be able to, because I forgot again that I have to add the piece that I have on the edge there. So luckily I was able to get it back up. And what I have is this piece of cardstock, and this is from some cardstock I picked up at Walmart, and I ran it through my Martha Stewart die, the Blossom Edge die, or punch rather. And I'm going to go ahead, and I want that to be on this side on the edge. So I've kind of already got it folded where I want it. So I'm going to have to see if I can sneak this in there. What I was originally going to do was tape this on the back of, tape this on here, but because I've already adhered it to my card, I think I can get it in there. We'll see. And I think what I'll do is I'll use my glue gun just to tape down just a little bit, or glue down just a little bit here on the edge. I'll run the glue gun along there. Sometimes you have to improvise when you make a mistake, but it ends up coming out all right. So there. So that worked out. I've got a little glue coming out, so I'll just get that off. And I have my edge there. Okay. So now let's move on and add our image, our stamped image. Now this stamped image is called Maya or Mia however you want to pronounce it. And this is also by rubbernecker.com. And I've already gone ahead and colored her in using my Copic markers. And this time for the skin color, I used the E35, which is chamois or chamay. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I colored in the skin with that color, the face and the neck. And then for her eyes, brows, her eyelashes, I used my 100. And then I did the same thing for the nose. And then for the lips, I used the E13, which is a light suntan. And then after I colored that in, I took my Yasutomo watercolor paints again, and I wanted it to look like lip gloss, so I went ahead and I used this color to paint the lips. And then around the edge of the lips, I used my Color Soft color pencils, and I used the dark terracotta to outline the lips. Now for the shirt, I went ahead, or before I talk about the shirt, I'll talk about the hair. I colored the hair using the E29, which is burnt umber. And once I colored that in, I then took the Color Soft, again, the dark terracotta, and I just put some stripes in there to make it look like highlights. And I'll zoom in so you can see, because you can hardly see it. Oops, wrong way. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but if I turn it maybe that way, you'll see the highlights that I put in the hair. And then you can see how the lips are shining or shimmering like lip gloss. Okay, so zoom back out. Okay, and now for the shirt, what I did for the shirt was I took the watercolor paints again, and I painted the shirt using, sorry for the glare, this color. And then I also highlighted it with this color here. And then I took my black Color Soft pencil and just ran along on the shirt. And then of course I added some bling, and I added my bling using my eye rot tool to add my bling. And I added that for the earrings as well here. And then these two right here were just some bling that I added with hot glue. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put Angie down on the card. And I've got her on some foam tape, and it's just one thickness of foam tape this time. And bear with me, because as I said on my previous video, I broke one of my nails, so the nail that I normally use to get the tape off, the foam tape, is very low. So I have to try to use one of my other fingers that has a nail on it to get it off. So, let's see here. I'll be glad when it goes back, because I like using my foam tape to put down on my cards. Okay, so now we're going to add her, and we're going to put her about right here, and just put it down. And then what I did was I made a bow using my Bow Easy, and I'm going to put the bow right up here, and I'm going to use my glue gun to do that. So we'll put a little glue on the bow and place the bow about right there. Okay. And then the last thing I have is I stamped this saying, which also came from the Close to My Heart Everyday Life. And what it says is, live fast and stay pretty. And once I stamped it, I punched it out with my EK Success Scallop Punch. And this one is the 1.5 inch. And then what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm going to go ahead and I picked up this little foam stamp from Chicken Scratch is her channel, but her name is Angie. She's a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but she also sells these. They're called chick stands. And what it is I've already started poking the holes in the scallops, but basically you just use this to poke your holes in your scallops going all the way around. And I'm using my Tonic Studio or Tim Holtz. I call it my pokey tool. I know it does have a name, but that's what I call it. So I'm going to go all the way around, which I have. And then now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add this. And I'm going to pop it up using some foam dots. I'm just going to use maybe one on each side here. Just so I can pop it up. So let's see if I can get these off. These are a little smaller, so they're actually coming off quicker. Okay, and I just want to apply that right there. So that is it. This is the Angie, which is number 2 of the African American stamps at rubbernecker.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.